And so we were just working on hip switching and passing the half guard. So the last position that we're in was in this position. Do you guys remember this position from when we worked on it about a couple months ago? Where your hip is against the hip here, your elbow is against the elbow. You're never grabbing with your hands, not grabbing, not grabbing. And your hip is just about that far off the ground, right? And your shoulder's just slightly forward in case he tries to push you up. Then you're able to rock your shoulder down, and that'll prevent him from being able to push you over. If I don't do that, he's just gonna sit me up and I'm out, okay? So the whole thing we're working on basically is hip switching. So you'll notice that a lot of people will put their arms right here, or they'll put their arms right here, depending on what they feel most comfortable with. Obviously, the better of the two moves is to keep your elbow down lower. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna work on switching our hips to try to isolate this arm. And the way that I like to do that is I like to try to get one of the legs or my hip right up against the elbow so that I can, when I switch, I can flatten that arm out, okay? So what I'm doing again with my hip is I'm switching and staying very low and flattening him out, okay? And the idea here is that I can grab the gi, isolate this arm right here, and pin it down with this foot. So when you pin it down with the foot, where a lot of people make a mistake here is they come at an angle right here. And this is really super easy to get out of. If you're at this angle, all he has to do is bend his elbow up that way and he's out, right? So what I want to do when I'm pinning him is I want it to be completely parallel to his side and up as high as I can, okay? And I want to be able to pin here. And then after we get this down, we're going to work on switching our feet and doing some different stuff with feet switching. So one more time. So we just got done with that whole pass series. We just worked on switching the hips. You're in this position. Somebody's got their frame against you, and you're gonna switch your hips, isolate the arm down, get a nice happy grip on the belt right here, continue the hip switch, grab his arm, get a hold of it, put your foot up, and make sure that it's completely parallel to the body. So you're gonna end up right here. Make sense? That feels like crap too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it doesn't feel good. Yep.
See one more time, please.
Okay.
Sorry, man.
Sure.
You want to see it?
That way they can
Yep.
see this side of it.
Yep, sure. Okay, so we're here. We did the hip switching maneuver. We've got our nice lock, our butt's this far off the ground, our elbows pinned. We're gonna switch our hips. We're gonna flatten this arm out, reach around and grab right here, turn, get your hand somewhere on his arm so that you can slide your leg across and it's completely parallel to the body. So you end up right here, okay? And sometimes you'll even end up with this arm right here, pulled apart. Okay, any questions?
You're going to be as close to the armpit as possible.
You have to be on the armpit side of the elbow. You don't want to be past the elbow. So anywhere from here to here is fine. But you just don't want to be out here because it's too easy to get out of. Make sense?
Makes sense.
So, okay, let's try it.